Hello everybody, this is The Last Raider, and we are back with another video. And just a video I'm wanting to put out there for those of y'all that are thinking about game development, business-wise. There is one group of people you need to listen to. It is not these weirdos at Kotaku, it's not the games journalists, it is not the woke activists on the internet. It is the customer. Whenever a new suggestion is added, whenever a suggestion is given to you by someone, you need to try that person. Look at this individual. The beauty of social media is you can go in and start looking through people's social media accounts. If you're a game developer and someone's really telling you need to do this and that and this and that and everything else, you need to go through their social media and figure out whether they're an activist or whether they're an actual gamer. Okay? I post some gaming stuff, and when I post game stuff, usually I'm responding to morons like this. Or I am posting, hey, I really like this idea. There was one the other day. I don't understand what happened. My post actually got edited because I was complimenting a indie developer's game because it looked a lot like the old Armored Core game I used to play back on either PS1 or PS2. I think it's PS1. It was a pretty good game. But the reason you don't listen to those woke activists is because they're called progressives. They're progressives for a reason. They must progress. They do not stop progressing. When you are done capitulating to their nonsense, they will come back with more nonsense. This is not a do it and done deal. This is they're going to keep coming back and asking for more. Just imagine if someone figures out that they get something for free. They're going to come back and they're going to ask for more free shit. And they're going to ask for more free shit. The difference is these morons will tell you you're a bigot and a moron and everything else. You just might as well take being called a Nazi, look at being called a Nazi as, it's not that big a deal. Or actually look at it as a badge of honor to be called a Nazi, and I think that's ultimately what's going to happen. Horrible as that is. That's a future I really didn't think we would actually ever reach to, but SJWs are actually making people who are being called a Nazi feel like they're doing something right in your life, when it was supposed to be, you're acting like a Nazi. That was supposed to be, you're doing something stupid in life, you need to quit. Ultimately, like I said, these people will not be happy. Okay? Prime example right here. Sorry, you cis white woman protagonists isn't progressive. Well, here's the thing. You asked for female characters, you got female characters, but they're not satisfied. Oh, they're white and straight. Well, even if you put a black lesbian protagonist in there, it's still not going to be enough, because they'll say, well, where's the transsexual black lesbian in your game? Where's that one? And it will keep going. Even if you supply all of that, they turn around and they look for something else. These people do not go to entertainment to be entertained. They're the weirdest individuals I've ever met. They cannot just be happy. They are in a constant state of destruction. They must destroy something to be happy. They are pretty much the kids in the schools that when you build something, they like to run up there and just smash it before it's finished. And then they laugh at the other kids. Ha, look what I did to your stuff. That's what this is. They're just a bully. And they go in and they screw with everybody's stuff. They make unreasonable demands that honestly are very difficult to meet. And even if you could meet this ridiculous standard, they're going to come back and still call you an ist and a foe. I did this in a video before. I've said in other videos that progressivism, SJWs, the cult of woke, is a religion without any salvation or forgiveness. Nothing you do will make a difference. Nothing you do will fix it. At least with Christianity, and a lot of atheists are starting to say this now, a lot of diehard atheists are starting to say this, that at least with Christianity, There is a path to salvation. There's a point where you are a Christian. You are done. You are no longer sinful. With wokies, that never happens. They never provide the salvation that you are desperately wanting. Look at the cult of Scientology, for instance. You are constantly paying Scientology money to keep going up in levels. You'll pay thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, almost millions of dollars to the Scientology community, people who have gotten out of it. And they say, yeah, we paid all this effing money and we still didn't get nowhere. We still didn't get where we needed to go. And they always told you, well, you got to keep spending money and eventually you'll make it. It's kind of the old adjective, you know. There was a Catholic priest who kept extorting a man for money, a widower, and kept telling him, if you pay the church enough money and you tithe enough, your wife will be let out of purgatory and she'll be able to go into heaven. And he extorted this man for years. Finally, the man's on his last leg. He's got just the very last of his savings left, and he walks up to the priest and he says, look, I've been given money for years now. If my wife isn't in heaven by now, I don't think I'm ever going to get her into heaven. The priest stops, looks at him, and he holds his hand out, his hands apart about a foot, and he says, your wife is this far from heaven. She is just a foot from heaven. You are so close to getting her out of purgatory. And the man looked at the priest and he said, she's a foot away from purgatory. The priest said, yes, she is. He said, well, then she can step over that gap and walk right into heaven because I don't have any more money to give. There's a point in time where people realize that this woke bullshit is bullshit, okay? And you can't listen to these people. Because the moment you listen, they'll just take you for everything you're worth. You'll never end up accomplishing the goal that they say you need to accomplish. They will just constantly sit there and say, you're still an ist because you haven't done X. You've done X? Oh, well, wow. You're still an istophobe because you haven't done Y. Oh, you accomplished Y? Well, now you got to do Z. You finish that, and you're like, okay, I've gone through all the alphabet of what you need to do. Well, now you got to accomplish A1. You see how this works. You never fix the problem. You just need to sit back and just make good entertainment. Back in the day, I'll tell you the people you need to listen to are the ones that are telling you to put a game mechanic in that is not political. When someone sits back and says, you know what would be cool? God laser in the game. Why? Just because I want to blow shit up with a giant laser gun. Hey, there's a market. If enough people come up asking, just put it on Twitter and say, hey, would you like a giant death laser in my space game? They're like, if enough people come forward and say, yes. The people you should listen to is yes or no. The ones you don't listen to is when they come and say, the idea of a giant death laser is a masculine trait because the giant death laser is a symbol of a male penis ejaculating on everything it destroys. Those are the people you don't listen to. Listen to the ones that say either yes or no. They will tell you easily. Go in there and tell them, would you like to have skimpy chicks in the game or non-skimpy chicks? And then listen to the responses. If most of the people say, the people that are saying, well, yeah, and some people saying, well, it's not for me. Well, those are genuine people. The ones that are coming up and saying, what is this, a patriarchal game? How dare you sit back and make sexy women? Tell those people to fuck off. That's what you need to do. Anyway, folks, I'm the Last Raider. Hope you enjoyed the video and found it insightful. Also, as usual, be sure to like and comment. That helps out the channel. And subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell for notifications. And as always, stay safe, stay frosty. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye now.